Welcome to 7 Report. Today we're getting our first look at the VOX II 50-watt starter kit. It's from VaporFi. It includes the VOX II 50-watt box mod, and it's shipped with one of 3 tanks. In this instance, it's the VaporFi VOLT Vaporizer Hybrid tank. Now you have your choice of ordering this either separately or together as the starter kit, and VaporFi will give you a choice between the Volt, an RDA, or another tank. And we'll have more information on that on the article on our website, 7report.com. For the purpose of this first look, since you can purchase it as a starter kit, we're going to do the first look of both the VOX II and the Volt together, and then we'll come back and do separate in-depth reviews. So let's open these up. I'm very excited to get a look at this. We'll open them up, take a quick look from this angle, then get in a little closer shot and show you everything that's in the boxes. Fill up the Volt with some juice, put it onto the VOX II and give it a first vape and a first impression. And then again, like I said, we'll come back and do a full in-depth review individually on the VOX II and the Volt hybrid tank. So here's the VaporFi VOX II. I like the green. Oh, that is one good looking mod. Pull that out. There's going to be some more things behind that. We'll switch the camera angle and get a closer look at that in just a minute. But first, let's also open up the package on the Volts. It's a hybrid tank because it includes a mini RBA where you can build your own coils on. Plus, it comes with a couple of OCC coils as well, a 0.5 ohm coil and a 1.2 ohm coil. Oh, that's a nice looking tank. I like the green. VaporFi continues with the green with the O-rings there with this tank. And behind it is going to be all the other material that is included. We'll come back and get a real close look here. And just for the purposes of full disclosure, VaporFi is actually the very first paid advertiser we have on the website, 7report.com. So let's reset, get a close look at what's inside the box, put it all together, put some e-juice in there. We'll come back at this angle, do a first vape and give you a first impression, and then be looking for full reviews on each individually, the VOX II and the Volt. Well, let's start off with the VOX II 50-watt box mod and just see if we can pull it right out of the package there real quickly. Oh, that feels nice. Look at that. Nice, shiny, and it actually, VaporFi was kind enough to ship this silicone sleeve for it. No, I'm not going to bother trying to put it in there right now. And as I say that, I'm still doing it. It's like my hands have a mind of their own. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Okay, so there's the box mod. The VaporFi logo on there. VOX II. Now let's see what comes in the rest of the package here. Pull that out. It's nice and kind of padded. Got an owner's manual in there, which I will read before we put this whole thing together. It's in English and Spanish. And below that, there's your micro USB charging cable. Let's see where the port is on this thing. It's on the bottom. And, which is really nice, VaporFi includes 35 amp, 2500 mAh, 18650 battery that charges the VOX II. Now, I've seen some other mods that don't include that, and while the batteries are not super expensive, it's just nice you buy something and have it all ready to use. Now let's get a look at the Volt hybrid tank. See if I can get it out of there. Really, again, like how they are consistent with the green O-rings and all the green packaging on the VaporFi material. It's got adjustable airflow. I don't know if you can see those holes too well. Let me get my hand out of there, kind of in the shadow. And we're going to set that back inside here. And the Volt has an owner's manual, which is also, ooh, did I bump the camera? In English and Spanish. Talks about building the coil, what's included, and how to put in the e-juice. Inside, there's a cotton or a package of organic Japanese cotton. Also extra O-rings, a couple of screws, and a pre-wrapped coil for that mini RBA. Let's see, does it have the... No, it doesn't. All right. Comes with an extra Pyrex tube, which is very nice. I believe it's a 4.5 mil capacity. And then also an additional OCC coil. There's one already in the tank. The extra one is the 1.2 ohm. And then that mini RBA deck, which comes with a coil already inside it, and then the extra coil, and then once you go through those two, you're on your own. You build your own coils. But I'm going to read the owner's manual here real quick, and then we're going to come back, slap the battery inside the VOX II, put some juice in the Volt, put the Volt on the VOX II, and give it a first vape. All right, we're ready to put the battery into the VOX II. The battery goes into the bottom here. You just unscrew this little round cover. And let me give you a little hint. If you pick one of these up, you put your battery in and it doesn't turn on right away. This little copper centerpiece is the battery contact. You may need to unscrew that a little to make sure it's actually making full contact. I had to do that just a second ago. Here's a hint. If you put your battery in there and you shake it a little bit and it rattles around, it's not making good contact. When you go to turn it on, the VOX II will not fire. So just make sure you've got that. And there's instructions in the owner's manual on how to do that. You put it positive side in first, and then you just screw the cap back on. Make sure it's in there nice and snug. I want to see if you can hear this. Shouldn't hear anything because it's not bouncing around. You turn it on by 5 clicks of the fire button. There you go, and it says VaporFi. And then here's your plus and minus for increasing and decreasing your wattage. It goes from 7. Oh, now see what it's doing is it's going through the presets. You can preset it as well. And we'll have more on that on the full review. It's still in the presets. Oh, you get out of the menu by pushing the minus button. So it's got the wattage, the voltage, the ohms, and of course the ohms is showing 0 because we don't have the volt tank attached to it yet, and also the battery indicator. Let's put it there, and then you can go down in 0.1 watt increments. And if you hold it in, it's going to go down a lot faster. So you have from 50 to 7 watts on there. You can also lock the device by holding the plus and minus buttons simultaneously so you don't accidentally increase or decrease your wattage. Now, let's take the Volt out of its package once again. And it has, let's see if I can read that, the 0.5 ohm OCC coil already installed. And let me grab a bottle of e-juice here real quick. We're trying the brand new e-juice from another brand new supplier, Vape. They sent us the entire line, 10. And so we're just going to go alphabetically. This first one is Baker's Bean. It's a vanilla e-juice. So let me take the lid off of that. Well, that smells good. And we're going to unscrew the base of the tank. And there you can see that OCC coil and that organic cotton. Now with any organic cotton coil, no matter who makes it, you do not want to dry fire it because that cotton will burn right up. So what I'm going to do before I put any juice in the tank is just put a couple of drops down inside the coil itself, just to prime that, make sure that that cotton is getting saturated. You should always do that with a brand new OCC coil. And I find that the cotton in these coils tends to hold the flavor of your previous e-juice. So if you're using the same coil but doing different flavors, it's not a bad idea to prime that cotton once you've decided to change flavors. Well, let's get some juice down in here. You want to make sure not to go over that center tube or you'll have juice running down your hand. That's going to be enough to get us started. See that center tube in there? And then what we're going to do is just screw that right back on. Make sure it's on there nice and snug. And the airflow looks to be adjusted to about the center opening there. We're going to attach the volt to the VOX II. It's a 510 spring-loaded connection. Make sure we get that on there nice and flush. Now this should be reading the coil, and it's not yet, so let's see. We're going to let that soak in, and we may need to fire it first before it'll read the coil. So we're going to let that soak for a minute or two, change the setup, and come back and give the VOX II Starter Kit a first vape. Now, this is the best part, usually, of any first look. This is, again, the VaporFi VOX II Mod Starter Kit, including the VOX II 50-watt variable wattage mod and the VaporFi Volt hybrid tank. You can purchase this as a kit with your choice of the Volt tank or an RDA or another tank that they offer, or you can purchase them individually. And because you can purchase them as a starter kit, today we're doing the first look of both of them together, but I'll come back in a few days after using both of these extensively and exclusively and do an individual review on first the VOX II 50-watt variable wattage mod, and then a day or two later the Volt hybrid tank. We've had that juice in there soaking into that coil. Let's see, we are set at 25 watts because the 0.5 ohm coil, the recommendation on that is a range of 15 to 30 watts. So we'll put it kind of in the middle, the upper end of the middle, 25 watts. And this thing does a lot more than what I showed you. Again, this is just a first look. So after I've gotten familiar with it over the course of the next few days or week or so, come back and show you how all the things work, the presets, which I think is a really cool feature, how you can lock it and all that kind of stuff, all the things that are displayed on the OLED display, and then also some more information about the Volt hybrid tank as well. All right, we ready? Here we go. First vape on the VOX II Starter Kit from VaporFi. At 25 watts. That is really good. The vapor on this e-juice, we're using Vape More's Baker's Bean. They're also a brand new supplier. If you saw the Vape Mail video a couple of days ago, we got both actually the VaporFi VOX II and Volt and the entire lineup from Vape More in the same shipment, or they arrived on the same day. This is really good. The vanilla is really popping on that. It's a little warm. Let's take it down to, what's this, a 15 to 30 watt range recommended on this coil. We'll take it to 20. That went too far. Okay, at 20 watts, it's showing 3.4 volts to push through. It's reading this coil at 0.6 ohms. 20 watts. That's a hair cooler. I'm going to adjust the airflow on the volt and go wide open and see what that does to it. A little cooler with more airflow. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm very much an airier vape. And we'll go to the smallest opening now and see what that does to it at 20 watts. Gracious, that vanilla really pops with that opening. It is, again, a little bit warmer. I prefer a slightly airier vape, but not as much as wide open. So let's go back to that middle one. I'm kind of middle of the road guy. That is very good. I really like how this VOX II looks, how it feels in my hand. The display is nice and clear. I don't know if you can see it from there or not. Is it still on? We gave you a close-up of it earlier. Thank you so much for visiting 7 Report today. At the bottom of this video in the description section and on the article on our website, 7report.com, I'll have links to VaporFi where you can purchase either individually or as a kit the VOX II and the Volt. And again, VaporFi is our very first advertiser on the website, 7report.com. So you'll see ads all across the website. Right now the ad is for the VOX II Starter Kit. So if you're more interested in it, just click on the ad somewhere. But we hope you'll check out the rest of the website as well, 7report.com. You do have to spell out the word 7. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We update both the website and the YouTube channel all the time. So please do keep coming back. A lot of great e-juice and hardware reviews and other fun stuff. Thanks so much for visiting us today on 7 Report. Please do keep coming back and embrace the vape.